So on to the part that you've been waiting for. The exercises for your chest if you're a cyclist just getting into the gym are... Welcome back, it's John. Now you don't have to listen to me, I'm not qualified in anything or in any way, but just know that I have 6 years of training experience. So you might be like, oh, if I'm a cyclist, why do I need to train my upper body? You know, if you have muscles on the upper body, it just adds extra weight. Well, yeah, that's true, but you know, if you're in an aerodynamic position, so hands on the hoods, elbows bent 90 degrees, what muscles are you using? Mainly your triceps and your shoulders. So if you can't hold that position for very long without your triceps burning, you know, upper body training is recommended. So that's why I recommend training your upper body in the gym if you're a cyclist. So on to what training I do for my chest and my shoulders. Also, if you want a kind of home workout version, do let me know, because I can do that as well. So first things first, warm up your body. It doesn't matter what you do. For me, I just walk to the gym because, well, it's hot and walking is not a bad warm-up, honestly. You can do walking on the treadmill, you can do the stationary bike, everything, you know, it's up to you. So yeah, next thing I do is static stretching. Now static stretching is just basically like this. You're not moving. This is that. I like doing those because in some muscles I can't really do dynamic stretching, which I'll get into later. Like example, your triceps, I can't really dynamic stretch it, you know. So it's just static stretching, and you just hold it there for a while, and it's quite a good stretch. Next time I do is dynamic stretching. So dynamic stretching is stretching with active movement. So example, after I stretch for a while, I like to do these. And just swing my arms around. I mean, not exactly like this, but that's because I'm sitting down. So yeah, I find it stretches my chest quite well, and also warms up my shoulders, which I like doing. So yeah, then I top it off with foam rolling. So basically, like, where's my foam roller? Oh, it's here. So this is my foam roller. I don't bring it to the gym. The gym has one, but I like the one at the gym so much that I bought my own one. So yeah, I do foam rolling, and not specifically in the order like static stretching, dynamic stretching, foam rolling. I like to play around with the order once in a while, but yeah, it doesn't really matter what the order is. So I know there are studies out there saying that, oh, if you do dynamic stretching or static stretching, it can, I don't know, make you weaker or something, like less power produced. But honestly, I don't give a shit. You know, it makes me feel better. If it makes you feel better, then go ahead, you know. Also, if you can't do these because you have a shoulder injury or a chest injury or something, then don't do it, you know, it's fine. Just do what works for you. Okay, so on to my actual training. Now, unfortunately, the videos that I'm going to record later are going to be only my warm-up sets and not my actual working sets, because number one, recording during my working sets just kind of distract me, and number two, when I record videos, for some reason the music stops playing, so I don't have music, and it just kind of throws me off because I've been training with music for my whole life. So yeah, I don't really want to throw off my training. Well, and after I show you my training, then I will recommend you how to train. So yeah, so that I don't get jumbled up and stuff. So I start off with 2 sets of light cable flies, around like 14 to 18 reps per set, just to warm up the joints and muscles. I do flies because, well, personally they don't tax the joints quite a lot. So it's just this. The only joint that is mainly being used is the shoulder joint. So if you have weak shoulders, then maybe you want to start off with something else. Then I do 2 sets of warm-ups on the assisted dip machine, followed by 1 really heavy set to failure. So basically I follow the Dorian Yates style of training. Dorian Yates is this guy over here. He's 6-time Mr. Olympia. So yeah, he's pretty cool. So basically it's just 1 set to failure, not including the warm-up sets, of course. Then you just move on to another exercise. That's it. Now, I wouldn't really recommend it to beginners. I would only recommend this training style if you have been training for 2 years, because it's really easy to get injured. You know, just 1 set to failure. Like the last rep is like you physically cannot get it up. That is training to failure. I mean, you can get it up, but you cannot do 1 more. You know, so that's training to failure. It's very easy to injure yourself. So it's very important to learn the proper technique and mind muscle connection. So yeah, one set of heavy dips. That's what I do. Then I move back onto cable flies and do 2 sets of warm-ups. Now, despite my muscles being fully warmed up, I do 2 sets of warm-ups just to get used to the movements because it's very different from a dip. So yeah, then I do 2 sets of drop set failures. Now, drop set failures are basically just, for me at least, I don't know what other people call it, but for me it's just I do to failure, so no more reps, and then I drop the weight, and then the drop set will be to failure as well. And I do that 2 times. So that's what I call drop set failures. I don't know what people call it, maybe they call it something else, but that's what I call it. Again, don't do this if you're a beginner. I've been training for 6 years, even though it doesn't look like I've been training for 6 years, but yeah, that's why I do it. So after that, I move on to the machine press. Now you can do bench press with the bar or dumbbell press or whatever. I just do these because they feel really nice on my shoulders. So, on my elbow joints. So yeah, just like the previous 2 cable fly sets, I do 2 drop sets to failure on the machine press. These hurt a lot, by the way. If the previous 2, like the flies and the dips, were 11 out of 10 on the pain rating, this is a 13 out of 10 on the pain rating. So yeah, it hurts like shit. Then moving on to shoulders, I do 3 sets of warm-ups because I like my shoulders to be 100% warmed up so that I can go as heavy as I can with as good form as I can. I don't know if I'm going to record my top set later. I might record my warm-ups or my top set. I don't know, see my mood. But yeah, it's very important that you have strict form whenever doing, honestly, at every single exercise, but especially doing lateral raises because it's very easy to get injured. So for lateral raises, I do 4 sets of drop sets to failure. So just to failure, so I cannot do anymore, and I drop the weight. I drop about 2 kilos less, and I do to failure. And then once I cannot do 1 more rep, I pump out about 3 more reps, like 3 more half reps. So yeah, I find that to be very effective. Again, very important, if you're new to the gym, don't train like this. Go easy because it's very easy to get injured. Then after that, I do 1 set of reverse pec deck, which is basically like this. So it trains your rear delt specifically. So it's a very neglected muscle, your rear delt, because most people do like bench press, then they do shoulder press, and it uses the front and the side delt a lot. It doesn't really use much of the rear delt. So I feel I have to do isolation exercises for my rear delt. So yeah, on this exercise I do over 20 reps because I find anything less and I end up using my triceps and my traps. So yeah, that's my training for chest and shoulders. I know it sounds very bland and very boring and very lame, but once you've been training for a couple of years, you tend to decrease the amount of, the variation of the exercises. And yeah, when I first started lifting, I used to do everything for chest, like bench press, incline flies, dumbbell flies, that weird shit, I don't know what's that called, that pec deck, but the other direction for the chest, and I just did everything. Then yeah, only about 1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I started doubling down on the variations. So on to the part that you've been waiting for. The exercises for your chest, if you're a cyclist just getting into the gym, are everything. Dumbbell press, incline dumbbell press, incline barbell press, everything. Just any chest exercise. Now I might be like, oh, I thought you said to double down your exercises. Yeah, I did. But that's only if you're advanced. If you're new, you don't even have exercises to double down on. You know? So just because I can do machine press doesn't mean you can do machine press. Maybe you have elbow problems. So just because you can do bench press doesn't mean I can do bench press because I have elbow problems. So yeah, there are tons of exercises you can do. So after training for like a couple months, then you can double down on your exercises. Also, if you feel joint pain, like example your shoulder pain, your shoulder hurts, stop doing it. You know, it's basic logic. There was one time I did shoulder presses. Well, it was a machine. I don't shoulder press like this, but it was a machine. So it's like that. I did it 1 set, warm-up set, and I couldn't move my arm for the whole day. The tendon was wrecked. So yeah, just find an exercise that doesn't hurt. But in order to do that, you have to try them all out. So yeah, try them all out, be careful, be safe, lift light weights, control the movements, and yeah. Hi guys, this is Post Editing John. Now I just want to say the reason why I gave quite a non-direct answer, I don't know what's the word for it, but yeah, non-direct answer is because I don't want to cause anyone to get injured. So for example, if in the video you see me doing machine presses. So what if someone can't do machine presses? You know, they have a shoulder, I have an unknown shoulder injury. So like they don't realize they have a shoulder injury, they do machine presses, and then they get injured, they injure themselves. I don't want that to happen. So yeah, because some people may see me and they're like, oh, this guy must know what he's talking about, I must follow his advice. And they follow the advice, my advice, and then they get injured. So yeah, that's why I don't give a very direct answer. But while doing the exercises, I recommend you to do 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps around 65% effort. So about decently hard, you know, like just before it starts hurting, that's it. Because if you push more than, say if you're a beginner, like it's your first time in the gym, you push past the points where it starts to hurt. The next day when you wake up, you're gonna be super sore. So yeah, if it's the first time, go easy. Now, some exercises are more dangerous than others. Like for example, dips. I know people get into the gym, like they're the first time in the gym and they're like, oh my god, let me do some dips. Well, it's more like this way. But yeah, oh my god, let me do some dips. It's a very advanced movement, you know. Personally, I've never gotten injured doing dips before, but I know some people who have wrecked their shoulders doing dips. Because some people, they end up going really low, like that, and they end up just ripping their shoulder. So it's very easy to get injured doing dips. Honestly, it's very easy to get injured doing every exercise, but for me, dips are quite a lot more dangerous. So yeah, but basically when you're just doing exercise, just be careful. So based on what advice I gave, guess what is my best recommended shoulder exercise? Yeah, you're right, it's everything. Try everything, then double down. What works for me won't work for you, or won't necessarily work for you. Also, if you have like certain pains doing it, don't do it. Like if the doctor says, don't do lateral raises. Do not do lateral raises. Do not go against your doctor's advice. So yeah, it's very important. Also, I recommend bringing a notebook into the gym. Where are my notebooks? I have 4 notebooks. One's in my gym bag because I'm about to go to the gym right now and record my session, and train. So yeah, I have 3 notebooks. Well, actually I have 4 notebooks. I note down a whole bunch of stuff basically. So here's an example. Tuesday, leg extensions, 52 times 9, drop set 64 times 9, Smith machine squats 20 times 6, drop sets 10 times 12, machine press. What am I writing? I can't remember. I can't tell what I'm writing. Well, yeah. Basically, just note down all your stuff. This is quite an old book. This book was from the start of the year. So yeah, my writing style has changed already. But yeah, just write down your shit, basically. Now in terms of intensity, like I previously mentioned, if you're a beginner, do 3 sets, or I recommend you do 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps at around 65% intensity. Once you get stronger and stronger, like month after month, you can either increase the reps or increase the, increase the sets or increase the intensity. So example, month 1, you're doing 65% intensity, then the next month you can do 70%, and then 75, and then 80, and then 90, and blah 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 blah. Or you can do 3 sets or 4 sets the next month, and the next month 5 sets, and blah 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 blah. It moves on. But I wouldn't really recommend. Okay, you can adjust the amount of reps. For example, if you don't want to do 15 to 20 reps, you can do 25. Sorry, not 15 to 20. Or in between 15 to 20 reps. If you want to do more, go ahead. If you want to do less, go ahead. But I wouldn't recommend going under 12 reps because this is extreme case. Like example, you do 1 rep versus 12 reps. So you do 1 rep, so you're like down, 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 push, and it's very easy to just rip your shoulder off. versus 12 reps, it's harder, you know, because you're doing less weight. So yeah, just keep in mind, don't get injured, take care of yourself, slowly progress, try out all exercises, double down, and yeah, that's it for today's video. Is there anything more? Nope, there isn't. Yeah, that's it for today's video. If you have learned something, good for you. Like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to subscribe, or you don't have to like, but you know, it's up to you. If you feel like being nice, then yeah, go ahead. Share this video with your friends or your family, you know, if you have other cycling friends, other flat riders who like to go fast, send this to them, you know. But yeah, as always, I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna go train now and record some footage. Bye.